All right, so this brings us to our final lesson in VTM number 1, Level Editor 101. And in this lesson, what we're going to do is just finalize our level by placing a few actors in the scene and a few player starts as well, and then kind of prepping the file up so that it can be viewed as a regular deathmatch file that can be selected when you're launching Unreal Tournament and actually selecting a deathmatch level. So with that, Logan, go ahead and show us how we can wrap this up.
Okay, I'll start out by adding player starts. I'll start on the bottom arena here, and every so often I'll just go grab on the floor, say add a player start, and I'll also real quick just grab it, maybe center it up a little, and then rotate it so that's facing towards the center of the arena. I'll just add about maybe 2 per level on some of the levels. Add another player start, go across. So we've got some on the ground floor now. We can go up, maybe to the middle level here. Go, let's start near the doors. So over here, let's add another player start.
Actually, that's a little bit higher than the middle level.
Oh, well. Okay, well, we'll add one on the top level and then one on the middle. So, player start facing out, maybe set back just a little, kind of underneath the light there.
And we're not being super picky about this, and we're going to be somewhat sparse when it comes to adding in some weapons and some ammo in just a minute. The idea is just to show our beginners out there how they would go about actually doing this.
Right, the fact that you'd want to have multiple player starts just in case you loaded up this level with a few of your friends and you don't want to spawn all over each other or all at the same point. Okay, and let's see, last we could probably go all the way to the top and then inside the ring a little bit. Maybe add a player start facing the stairs. So, look at the stairs like such. Okay, so, we could go and maybe add one over on the other side, but for now, let's go ahead and start adding some weapon bases in, so I'll actually have some guns to play with. So I'll load up the actor class browser. I'll go down to pickup base, and from pickup base grab weapon base. Close that out, and then I can go to certain areas of the map, like say some of these top level stairs, and then add a weapon base. And let's see, I guess I could go in there and center it up, just make it a little bit better looking centered. Okay, center that up. Right click, grab its properties, and let's go ahead and set this one to be a rocket launcher. We'll go to the other side of the map now, and let's say adding another weapon base, but this time let's make it, I don't know, flat cannon. Alright, so we've got 2 at the top. We can go down and let's add a set of shock rifles to the bottom. So add weapon base, grab its properties, weapon type. Let's grab shock rifle. It's because I like the shock rifle so much.
And let's just go ahead and throw in, I don't know, a couple ammo packs, and that'll be good enough.
Alright, so over here by this doorway, instead of adding another weapon base, I'll bring the actor class browser back up, and under pickup we have ammo, and under ammo we have UT ammo pickup. And from there I'll first grab, so let's say, some shock ammo. Let's see, add some of those shock cores, 1 to each side of the door. Again, I could be a lot more careful and line these up better, but this is just for the sake of showing you how to get these elements into your game. So we've got some flak ammo, because we do have the flak cannon in the level. So let's say add flak ammo, and yeah, I could be a little bit more original about where to place some of this stuff. And finally, all the way at the top, we have the weapon base. And let's just add some rocket packs to the very top up here on each side. Move around a little bit. Alright. Okay, so we've got some ammo, we've got some weapons. Let's just go ahead and set a few health spawns. That's also underneath pickup base. That's called a health charger. And with a health charger selected, I could say, go down to the very bottom, add a health charger. And by default, let's see, let me go line it up to the ground just a little bit better.
Yeah, we don't want it floating above the ground there.
So let me go, try to grab it so it's a little bit easier to see. possibly. So.
That's in the bottom right hand. There you go. Or
And
left hand,
then
yeah.
set it so it's just about resting on the ground.
Yeah.
Look a lot better. And we can take a look at its default properties, but it should already have, that should be set to a health pack already. So we go and add, let's say, just for the sake of time, I'll duplicate it and then move it across to the other side, just so that there's 2 in there. And of course you could go and spread these out more, maybe add some health files. But that's a start. So you have a few pickups, you have a few player starts.
Okay, good. So now we're pretty much, for the most part, finished with our level, but now we need to go ahead and prep it for actually being played as far as inside the game itself.
Right. The first thing we want to do is actually go ahead and add a screenshot that will show up when we select the map inside the game menu. To do that, I'm going to open up the texture browser, drag it back into view, and I'm going to say File, Import. Now we've already saved out a screenshot. The screenshot should be about 512 by 256. Seems to work good. We've already saved said screenshot. We'll load it in. Now it's asking for what package to load it into. We're going to set that to my level. That's very important, because what my level ends up doing is you'll actually be saving the screenshot to your .ut2 map file. So that way, if you wanted to distribute this, all you'd have is still a single .ut2 instead of having to worry about more UTX files. I'm just going to delete the group out since we're only going to have this one screenshot, and then let it be named screenshot. Hit OK. And there's that screenshot we took. Notice it's tiling because we have the dimensions constrained to a square, and so it tiles twice vertically. But anyway, so now we've got a screenshot imported. We've got all our items in place. Let's go ahead and do a final rebuild, and then we'll be ready to set the last two properties.
Before we do that, how about we go ahead and just, do you want to do the final level properties first, and then the final rebuild, and save it and be done with it?
All right, but here's one thing that we might want to take a look at where a rebuild might be required. If we go to View, Level Properties, grab Level Summary.
It may not show up.
So if we select the texture, say Use.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, that should work. Just have to make sure we rebuild and save when we're done.
But do go ahead and take a second and talk about these level properties.
Okay. Inside level properties, and especially level summary, this is where we get to set like what the author is, what the name of the map is, and stuff like that. So for author, let's just set this to say 3DBuzz. Description, title. Title would be where we could put the title of the map. It actually shows the ideal player counts if you want, so I'll just set the max to maybe around 6 and the ideal minimum to around 2.
Give it the title, The Buzz Cave.
Okay. The Buzz Cave. Alright. So with that all in place, that should be enough just for it to display. Description, this is what it'll write out in that text below the screenshot.
Go ahead and put something in there just to show it. Say, level created in VTM1. Cool.
Okay. So, with that all set, we've got our screenshot imported and set. Let's go ahead and do a final rebuild, and then we'll save this out.
Sounds good.
Alright. So, go ahead and make sure we build all. And wait a second for it to crank all this out. So, most of the rebuild time is still lighting in this case.
And when this gets done, get you to actually do a file save as.
Right. It'll be important because we need the DM prefix to make sure it shows up in the correct menu.
Starting to take a while.
Oh, yeah.
Silence. Lots of silence. We need some elevator music now.
Yeah. Almost done.
There we go.
Alright. Final few tests, and we're done. Okay. File. We'll save this as about dm-buzzlevel.ut2.
Sounds good to me.
Alright, we'll go ahead and save that out.
Alright, so at this point, we'll go ahead and just cut video for a second, and you guys are going to see a flash, and we'll be inside Unreal Tournament 2003. So here we are inside of Unreal Tournament 2003, and you can see now that we've got our actual level selected down there at the bottom, DM-ZBuzz level. And you can see that we've got the screenshot over on the right-hand side that we selected. And beneath that, we've got the Buzz Cave, which is the title that Logan gave it a minute ago. And underneath that, level created in VTM1, which is the description we gave it for the actual level. So with that, Logan, go ahead and click play, and let's jump into this thing.
Okay.
Oh, very excited. Can't wait to see this thing.
All right. Here we are.
Look at that. Counting down, and here we are.
So you want me to run down some ramps? Or?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
picking stuff up as we go.
So we got a ramp. Let's turn around.
Well, you just got to stop once and look out some of that glass down there.
Yeah.
Isn't that just cool?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and run on outside there into the actual main arena area. All right, fantastic. That's just absolutely gorgeous. Well, I hope you guys have gotten a lot out of this VTM. The idea was just to provide an introductory overview to Unreal Ed version 3.0, and we decided to take it a little bit further than just creating a simple square room, which is what most every tutorial out there on the internet does. We made it a little bit more grand, and here's our little square room, if you want to look at it that way. And along the way, hope you guys have picked up a lot of tips with working inside of Unreal Ed. Now, as I said at the very beginning, this is the first VTM in a series of VTMs that will focus on the Unreal Tournament technology. Hope you guys got a lot out of this one. Thank you very much. And that concludes VTM number 1, Level Design, or actually, Level Editor 101. All right, thanks, guys. Bye.